Hello, I was looking for something to listen to while I was having my breakfast this morning, and I found this very interesting interview. Andrew Gold has got the program On the Edge, podcast, whatever, and he's interviewing Richard Dawkins, which looks to me like quite a fresh interview. I always enjoy listening to Richard Dawkins. It's great to have a dose of rationality and, crystal clear reason first thing in the morning. So he's actually, I'm going to play a clip. He's talking about sort of how woke culture resembles religion in some ways, and he draws parallels between well, he's got comments on gender, trans issues and everything, and he's also got comments on the idea that modern white people should feel guilty and be held responsible for the slavery, etc., of the past. So let's go with that, and then I'll make one or two comments after.
The collective guilt which white people are encouraged to feel about the dark past of slavery and things has a very strong resonance with original sin, the Christian doctrine that we're all born in sin, the sin of Adam. We inherit the sin of Adam. Adam never existed, and they know that, but nevertheless still talk about it as original sin. So that there is that. I think John McWhorter has actually made that analogy. I believe he has. If he hasn't, I have anyway. So that's a powerful analogy to religion. I think, also the belief that you can become a woman by saying you're a woman. And so even if you have the anatomy of a man, even if you have a penis and a scrotum and things, by simply standing up and saying, I am a woman, you become a woman. That's very like the Catholic doctrine that by a priest blessing bread and wine, it becomes the body and blood of Christ. And the Catholic theological justification for that is the Aristotelian distinction between the essence of something, the true substance, and the accidentals. The fact that wine remains an alcoholic liquid is just its accidentals, and the true substance becomes the blood of Christ. And that's very like saying the accidentals of my body is male. But the true substance is I'm a female because I declare myself to be female. So that's another analogy with, in this case, Christianity.
With that, we were talking about the binary women and men, and the idea that you can think that you're a man and be a man, or think you're a woman. Did you see that coming at all, like 10, 20 years ago? Not at all. No. Like it is odd.
I think it's lunatic, actually. I mean, it's verging on insanity. So I did not see that coming.
About 10 years ago, I was watching a television report. It was about a man in his mid-60s. And actually he was married, oddly enough. And he told his wife that all his life he really felt like he was a girl. Not only that he felt like he was a little girl, that he was really like this sort of, 5-6-year-old girl who'd never really been fulfilled as a child. And he basically dressed up as a little girl, with a ribbon in his hair and everything and that kind of thing. And believe it or not, he found a family with a little daughter who was prepared to accept him and help him to live out this, this frustration that he'd felt all these years. And I must admit, when I saw that 10 years ago, I thought that was utterly bizarre. And I also wondered what kind of parents would expose their daughter. I mean, he was there on the carpet, playing tiddlywinks or some games with dolls and other stuff. And I thought it was a send-up. I thought it was a kind of joke or something, but it turned out to be absolutely true. And I don't know what happened with that. And then later on, the whole transgender movement started gathering pace. And so we've just heard Richard Dawkins comparing transgenderism to Christian transubstantiation, the idea that the actuals and the essence are two completely different things, and that you can assert the essence of something and really not have to provide any evidence of it, just simply assert it and expect it to be accepted as true. And then later on, I got that clip of Dawkins being asked, did you see this coming? And he described it as sort of insanity, and I just put that in. I wonder what would happen if Richard Dawkins called up Matt on the line. Not that that will ever happen, because I don't expect that Matt will ever be talking to Richard Dawkins ever again, or frankly anybody else of significant academic note. I think those days are over. I think Matt's found his niche, and I think that he'll be more or less enclosed within that because of the way that he's conducting things. But I can imagine that if anybody phoned up with Dawkins' view and expressed that, they would be dismissed as a bigoted piece of shit and hung up on. So I'm not taking sides. I think that what Dawkins said about original sin, the idea that a human being can be expected to feel guilty about something which the forefathers did, is completely nonsense. It goes against every kind of proper reason and rational argument. I don't really think you could support that at all. And then obviously his comments on transgenderism, I would be really interested to know what some of you guys think, and I'll leave it at that for now. I do recommend that you watch the whole interview. I love listening to Dawkins, and I think he made some really good comments in this interview. Okay, bye for now.